Good evening, Phil Perkins here in the CSM newsroom. Coming up in tonight's edition of Sports Center, we'll recap all the action with the Leafs and the Raptors, and we'll keep you up to date with all the wheeling and dealing and NFL free agent frenzy. All that and more coming up in just 15 minutes. Stay tuned. In our inaugural Point Taken, we showed an NCAA women's basketball play-by-play announcer demonstrate how not to call the winning basket. That is, until high school play-by-play announcer Brian Snow came into our lives. If spring training means anything, then Jays fans have something to be excited about. They're off to one of their best starts and headed into today's games with a preseason record of 8-2. Thanks, guys. Phil Perkins here live in downtown Toronto, and it's NHL trade deadline day, aka a bonus Christmas for hockey fans. And they all tend to be a bit of an expert when it comes to wheeling and dealing, so I thought I'd pick their brains and see what kind of trades they'd like to see done by the end of the day. It's always casual Fridays for Nims. Anyways, unlike the Leafs, the Raptors aren't playing in the Sunshine State. Tonight, Toronto's in gorgeous Ohio, taking on the Cavaliers, who are riding a 3-game winning streak. Fun fact for tonight, Toronto has won 4 out of the last 5 meetings against the Cavs since Chris Bosh and LeBron James took their talents to South Beach. The chants for Ron Wilson's job were not only confined to the Air Canada Centre. On Twitter, Fire Wilson was trending worldwide. The Leafs are in Chicago tonight, Montreal on Saturday. They have 19 more games to squeak into the postseason. 11 of those are on the road. Reporting for CSM, I'm Phil Perkins. Well, that's it for us, but stay tuned. More sports scores and stories are just 30 minutes away in the next edition of CSM Sports Center. I'm Phil Perkins. I'll be seeing you soon. The San Francisco 49ers are witnessing a revitalization, a return to the days where they were perennial playoff contenders. The Niners are back in the playoffs and are in the conference championships for the first time since Steve Young was under center. San Fran has a storied playoff history. In 1982, there was the catch. In 2002, there was the catch 2. Last Saturday against the Saints, Vernon Davis had the grab.
Vernon Davis with the play of his life!
The grab represents a new beginning in the 49er organization. It also represents the end of years of mediocrity and criticism for Davis. A 6th overall draft pick in 2006, Davis was hailed for his athletic ability, but his in-game productivity was lackluster, and his attitude was a problem. In 2008, in front of a packed Candlestick Park, Davis was sent to the showers, mid-game, by then head coach Mike Singletary. The embarrassment for Davis didn't stop there. The cast-off was just a warm-up for what followed.
It is more about them than it is about the team. Cannot play with them. Cannot win with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it. I want winners.
Since then, Davis has developed his game both mentally and physically. Davis went from averaging 380 yards and 3 touchdowns in his first 3 years to averaging 890 yards, 9 touchdowns, and making the Pro Bowl in his last 3. The hard work paid off. Against New Orleans, with 9 seconds left in the fourth, his team down by 3, Davis carried them to victory. His 180 yards Saturday put him ahead of Kellen Winslow Sr. for most playoff receiving yards by a tight end. The relief of silencing his critics were too much to handle for the 27-year-old, who was unable to hold back his emotions. Vegas has given both the 49ers and the Giants a 21% chance to win the Super Bowl. It'll take a big play at the right time to catapult either team to the big game. And Sunday night at Candlestick Park, all eyes will be right on Vernon Davis to do just that. Reporting for CSM, Phil Perkins, Toronto. It's very rare in pro sports that one player, let alone 3 superstars, stay with the same team for a long period of time. But the Yankees exist under a different set of rules. Jorge Posada, Derek Jeter, and Mariano Rivera have been donning the stripes for the past 17 years. But nothing lasts forever. Tuesday afternoon, Jorge Posada retired from the game of baseball, ending a run with the only team he's ever known.
Every time I step through the Yankee Stadium doors, I always repeated myself and said I quoted Joe DiMaggio, and I said, I want to thank the good Lord for making me a Yankee.
Although the 5-time All-Star ended his decorated career with the Bronx Bombers, he gained a friendship with future Hall of Famer Derek Jeter. Their chemistry on the diamond is proven. Both share 5 World Series titles, 17 All-Star appearances, and 9 Silver Slugger awards. Off the field, the two are inseparable. Derek Jeter was Posada's best man at his wedding, but it was in his final year in New York that the magnitude of their friendship was on full display. During the offseason, Posada was demoted from starting catcher to DH and was buried to 9th in the batting order. The move would reach a boiling point when Posada asked to be left off the lineup in a mid-May series against the Red Sox. While the New York media lambasted Posada for his decision, Jeter stood by his friend. Suffering his own offensive slump, Jeter heard his fair share of criticisms on whether he still had game. But when Jeter homered his way into the 3,000 hit club, who was waiting for him on home plate to celebrate history? Of course, Jorge Posada. During his press conference, Posada made it known just how much Jeter's friendship meant to him.
Derek Jeter, who helped me stay focused and positive. Thank you, buddy. Hopefully you won't miss me that much.
Over the last decade, Jorge Posada has amassed more RBIs and home runs than any other catcher in baseball. On top of that, he's also the only other catcher to maintain a batting average of .330 while having 40 doubles, 20 home runs, and 90 RBIs in a season. Although his career in New York is over, Posada will be seen in a Yankees uniform again. Only next time, it'll be in Cooperstown, and it'll only be a matter of time before he's joined by his best friend, Derek Jeter. For CSM, I'm Phil Perkins.